Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Halcyon Chris, and this is episode 34 of Perseid Zoo, and can you believe it? We are done with the Savannah exhibit. Holy cow. Like 7 episodes and 3 months later, we are finally checking this one off the list. So So let me start off where we left in the last episode. So we have our bridge, and look at this. We got animals walking on it. We got zookeepers walking on it. The elephants can walk on it. Like, that was the biggest and hardest part, honestly. Oh my goodness, we have our bridge. I really like how this bridge turned out. I kind of imagine it, like a converted railroad bridge. So you've got kind of like the traditional looking railroad trusses down there, and then maybe the rail line pulled up, and they just put down a whole bunch of logs and threw down these little boards so that vehicles can go across, kind of single file right down the middle. But yeah, it was a bit of a beast to try to get right. The elephants, their pathfinding is so particular. I had this thing built out, and they could walk across it, and then I put the little boards here down on it, and then they couldn't walk across it. So I was like, crud, and then I have to like tweak it and stretch it and make it wider, and oh my gosh, it was honestly a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty bad. I was wondering for a while there if we would even have a bridge. Like, it was getting that bad. But yeah, we've got it. We've got our bridge. It's lovely. I like it. I like it a lot. So let me kind of continue off over here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the safari cars down it. I did drop one over here just to kind of see the scale and everything. I think with that track, it's just not going to look right going up and down the bridge. So I imagine this now to be like the Keeper's Bridge, because if you remember over here, we've got our little backstage area with our little Keeper Jeep. So yeah, it'll be a way for them to get across. So I kind of heavily... Oh, there's the elephant. He's going to go across. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. It's working. It's working as my game freezes. Oh man, like you don't know how hard that was. Oh, it's so good. I'm just going to sit here and watch him for a minute. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Go across the bridge. It's so good. Yeah, I think the elephants like can't walk on uneven terrain. Like, he can't put his foot down on this this log part and on the board. Well, I guess he's doing it over there. But technically his little pathfinding is like this narrow little strip, like all the way down, like between the boards. Gosh, it was really, really a challenge. Oh man. Is he gonna go all the way across? He is. Good. I actually noticed this while we're watching, and this rock is clipping in. So I'm going to get rid of that rock and see how that looks. And let's move this guy a little bit. There we go. Actually, I'll just push him down just a tad. Yeah, that's better. Nope, that actually didn't do what I wanted to do. Just down just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Alright, we got it. Good. Now if I can deselect that. There we go. Controls, man. Especially when you turn off the UI. And he's just going to poop on the bridge, isn't he? Thanks. I built this bridge just for you. I'm glad to know that's what you think of it. Thank you. Alright, anyway, I guess we'll just continue the tour then. So yeah, I imagine that the keepers can come up there with their little keeper jeep, and that's kind of why I put this heavy kind of dirt trail through here. So I imagine this is how the keepers are going to, drive the jeep down here. Just kind of like in the middle of the exhibit, just kind of all the way down. And I'm just going to speed it up. Woohoo! And then back here in this corner, we're going to build our hard shelter. But I'm going to hold off on that until we get our other exhibits put in here, because I want to kind of have this massive kind of backstage area where at the end of the day, all the animals come into this large building. And you'll have, sections for the elephant, sections for the zebra. Again, another very ambitious project that'll probably take months and months and months to build, but go big or go home, right? Anyway, let me pop back over here. So we've got our little Jeep trail that goes off into the backstage area. And I wanted to have a little bit of a transition here because remember, we're going to have more jungle starting out down here. So I kind of imagine, and actually let me stay zoomed out. So like this area over here will be jungle. I'm imagining this area over here is where we're going to put our lions. Maybe our cheetahs kind of over in this area too. Hyenas, kind of more of our carnivorous guys. And then in here will be the jungle, and I imagine it's going to kind of come around, kind of bow out a little bit, bow back in, and then kind of wrap around so that we get jungle, kind of all throughout here. So we're going to have kind of this large, kind of awkward jelly bean shape, I guess you could call it. So if you have your circle down here, swing back up, come around. Actually, I don't know if that's a jelly bean or maybe a gummy worm. We'll call it a gummy worm. We'll have our gummy worm shaped rainforest. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of create that transition. So I've got the wall in the back there, our concrete barrier wall, and I've done this in some of the other exhibits as well. I think that was a little bit of a face palm that he just stepped into the poop. Did you see that there where he flung his trunk back into his face as he was walking into the poop? He's like, "Ah, silly me." But anyway, I wanted to create a little bit of a transition from the grasslands here into the jungle. And we've got our little barrier wall here, which I've colored that supposed go-away green that Disney uses. It actually blends really well with the rainforest, especially when you're back here where the guests are. You don't really even notice the wall. I mean, you can see it kind of over here in this corner, but I mean, down at their level, it just looks like, is that a wall or is that, no, that's just ground. So I was thinking that was maybe a little bit of a wall there, but yeah, it just looks like, it's starting to get more forested up there, which is kind of the illusion I want to create. So when you're going on your little Africa tour ride here, and you're driving kind of the same way that the keepers drive. So if we get down here real low, kind of, whoop, too low. How low can you go? But anyway, when you're kind of down here in your little Jeep, doing your tour, I imagine you're also going to be kind of more looking this direction, and forward. So I don't really think there'd be a whole lot going on here, but I kind of want to keep that, illusion that it's jungle over there. You're turning into jungle. But you're kind of looking this way with your little tour Jeep. You're kind of weaving and dodging through here. You can look down into the Katiki or Katikati Island, which really isn't an island, it's a peninsula, but hey, technicalities. Katikati just means middle in Swahili. It was incredibly creative of me, I know. But anyway, we're still kind of, on our little Jeep ride, going past the termite mounds, going past all the little feeders that we have kind of tucked in here to hopefully draw the animals up onto this part of the exhibit, so that our ride up here does get some animals and they're not just kind of all sitting down there in the wetlands by the Savannah overlook. And, you kind of drive down here, you go past the waterfall, go through this little runoff. There's the mountain, and then you would turn probably right in here and go off into the jungle. So yeah, that'll be the layout, at least as I was designing this section, how I'm kind of envisioning the tour ride to come through. So I created a little bit of a landslide thing here. I'll probably, once I build the backstage area, try to screen it a little bit more. But until I actually get that built out, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time detailing this little corner. This is why this corner looks barren. So I imagine there's going to be a big backstage area back here, again, with all of our animals. It's going to have, different areas for like the giraffes, the elephants, the zebras, the water buffalo, the warthogs, everything that's in here. In my mind is going to come up here at night. This will be their hard shelter back in here. I'm also thinking that it's going to be, it's going to be extremely large. So I'm thinking, it also maybe house the gorillas. It'll house maybe the lions and the cheetahs. I'm not sure how I would get them over here. So I might actually build some more like backstage areas over here. But we'll tackle that problem when we get to it. The other thing I added were some rapids down here, just to kind of sell the illusion. I mean, there's a lot of water coming off this thing, just to kind of sell the illusion that this is kind of a roaring river. And then since, it's the wet season down here, and it's kind of overflowed, the bounds of the canyon, the water kind of just slows down, dissipates, comes to kind of a crawl out here into the wetlands and then out into the lake, obviously. But I kind of wanted to sell that illusion that normally it's rushing, it's fast, it's going crazy, and that's why there's this deep canyon carved out here. But since it's the rainy season, and this is kind of like the story, this is the watering hole. This is when the rainy season starts, you get this big wetlands, which then attracts or causes all the grasses to bloom, all the flowers to bloom, which then bring the animals, brings the bugs, brings all this kind of life into this normally what I would say is like kind of a dry grasslands, and that's kind of what Katikati Island here is showing, kind of especially in this area. It's normally dry, dusty, barren, but, maybe a few months out of the year, it's this really lush, tropical, well, I guess not really tropical. Tropical, maybe? We'll use that word. But it's this really kind of lush grasslands, garden, savanna, and then that's why this, overlook is here. And then maybe that's why the train was here as well. I don't know. Maybe since this is kind of a wetlands, grasslands, and it has like a super bloom every year, maybe there's civilization around here, and that's why the train ran through here at one point. But But anyway, yeah, look at that. We're done. Holy cow. Like this was a project and a half, let me tell you. I am super excited to start working on some other animals. Might not go into landscaping just yet. I'm probably going to do the boat ride next, kind of this village area here. Oh yeah, no, that works perfectly. Oh my gosh, I'm a genius. This is great because this is the old train line into the village. Yes. Oh yeah, that I totally planned that. That was not just a revelation moment right now. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. So yeah, we're gonna have, this is the old train. It came into the village down here, and they have their we talked about it in the last episode, kind of like maybe like an imports exports that's now just kind of a river cruises. So yeah, that's it. Like you would send your stuff down a barge, to the down a barge down the waterfall. We'll say scale's a little bit different, pretend this is tens of miles instead of it might be a mile. I don't know. I have to measure it. I'm kind of curious now. But anyway, pretend this is like tens of miles and it's going across grasslands and prairie lands, and maybe there's farms along here too and stuff. Maybe this is an old like plantation or something. Yes, the story is coming out. It's good. I gotta write this down. But anyway, yeah, so you'd float your barge down here and it would come to the main town. And then they would load it up onto the train, which would then take it, off to the coast. But, I don't know, maybe whatever they were growing down here or whatever, the trade, dried up and it turned into kind of a tourist safari area now. So you've got, the old train tracks have been converted into this bridge. You've got your safari boat tour. You've got your plantation that's now converted to like a safari resort or something. And then you've got your town down here that's going to be a whole bunch of little shops. Oh, yes, this is great. This is a great story. I'm keeping this. All right, so I am super excited now to start working on this. I mean, I was before, but now I'm like super duper excited to start working on this because it all is starting to flow together and make sense. It's good. It's good. Anyway, I will see you guys on the next episode. Hopefully you like the new format. If you do, leave a comment. If you don't, leave a nice comment. Don't just post, Halcyon, you suck. But if you do post that, I will know you watched the video. So, maybe a little, a little nod, Halcyon, you suck with a winky face. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.